For the last blank page in our book, we'll be doing a contour line drawing. Again, contour lines mean that the lines go around the shape, okay? And so start off by getting a square of paper. You can fold it in half and half again, and then create that into 4 different segments. I'm going to draw out the 4 basic forms. So once you learn to draw these 4 basic forms, you can pretty much draw anything. I'm going to start with the cube. So again, I'm just going to draw a square. And then it goes back into space. Remember that perspective idea? It goes back. So all these lines like this will go in the same direction. Notice they're all going in the same direction, all right? That same angle, right? This is a vertical line, so I'll end these 2 with a vertical line. And this is a horizontal line, so I'll end those with a horizontal line, okay? This is the same way you would create a box. I could make an empty box like that by adding that other corner. And then I want this box to be in a space, so an illusion of space, so I'm gonna draw where this imaginary line of the table would be back here. There's the cube, or the box. The next one will be the sphere, and the sphere, again, I'm going to try and do this freehand as much as possible. Just drawing a circle. Try and do this freehand and not use a compass. The more practice you get, the better you'll get. And again, I'm going to create that imaginary line for a table, some type of space. The next shape I'm going to do is the cylinder. So the cylinder, I'm going to start with an ellipse. That's a circle that's sort of pointed on either side, an ellipse. Notice it's rounded, it's not sharp, it's rounded, all right? The same way that the planets move around the sun in an ellipse. And then I'm going to draw from the edges, the lines going down on either side. So maybe this is some type of barrel or can. And then, or it could also be the part of a coffee cup. Goes around, and again, I'm going to make a space. Okay, and then the last one will be the cone. And so again, it's that top part of the triangle, but then at the bottom, it's going to curve, just like the bottom of this cylinder curves, right? It's not flat, it curves at the bottom. So again, I'm going to curve this cone. It's like an upside down ice cream cone. We can imagine that this is also an ellipse that continues into the background, right? I'm just going to put that dotted line that it continues around. And again, I'm going to create another imaginary line of the table so that it's in a space. The same thing goes here with this curve. It would continue in the background here, okay? I'm just showing that way you can see that illusion of form, all right, that we're creating. But for what we're going to be doing, we're going to be creating contour lines onto our shapes, contour. And the way that we do that, I'm going to actually start with a rounded shape. I'm going to start with the cylinder. And we're going to create these sort of stripes across it. So I'm going to create another line that's following the curve of that ellipse, right? And again, I'm going to do another line following the curve of the shape. I'm imagining that this is a rounded part of a coffee cup. Maybe the handle is on the back. We don't see the handle. Around. Okay, let's see. Okay, and then I'm going to just create one line over here in the back there. And then what I'm going to be doing is to show that that is a curved shape. I'm just going to make this into a striped, and you can use a Sharpie or one of the thinner ones. And I'm going to fill that in with the Sharpie. Okay, I'm going to skip one and go to the next. Again, that curved line around the object, showing the contour. Okay. Next one, curve around. Now you might want to use the thinner Sharpie, and then I'm going to use the thinner Sharpie for this inside one. Okay. And then in the background, you can just create a solid color. You could create this as stripes going this way if you wanted to create some type of stripes. I'm just going to use a solid color for this background here so that it creates a separation between what is the background and what is this table area. Some areas where it gets closer, maybe the cylinder is casting a shadow just like we did on the others. So you can go from light to dark. Get some practice for that light to dark. Again, I might make this area over here darker. There's a shadow being cast over there. This area lighter. So this one's not so much about the color as it is about this contour lines that sort of wrap around the shape. Now, I can use an eraser to go back and erase out the pencil lines that I don't need. Now I'm going to go to the cone, and I'm going to do the same thing. So again, I'm going to follow the lines, follow the line around. Notice how it's wrapping around the object, wrapping around the object. Okay. Over here with the sphere, I'm going to start almost like where the highlight would be. So I'm going to do, imagine that there's light coming here. I'm going to do this highlight here. That's like the lightest part, almost like the core part or stem of an apple. And then I'm going to just make those lines go around. It's almost like these ellipse shapes going around it, curving around, curving around, curving around, curving around. Okay? And again, I'm going to do the same thing with the cone. I'm going to go in and fill that in. Filling that in. Filling that in. And I'll probably have to switch to the smaller one. Okay, and I'm getting ready to do the sphere. So check out part 2 to see the completed sphere and then the way that we will do the box for the contour lines and the completed piece.